Welcome back, and this is one of the big staple tools here, the 60-pound electric jackhammer that's used a lot when people want to put in second bathrooms, break some concrete up, break a patio slab up, probably anything up to about 6 inches of concrete, and maybe mesh in the concrete. But once you start getting into rebar and any more thickness, you may have to go up in hammer sizes. But certainly a lot of people have tried to use this hammer for doing front steps and everything. That's a little excessive. I think you need a little more hitting force when you're going to do a front step, get into an air hammer. But a very versatile tool because it uses a bigger chisel, a bigger point than your normal small little 20-30 pound jackhammers. And you're going to put these points and chisels in the end, of course. I'll show you. And then you're going to stand it up, and you've got your trigger. The handles have anti-vibration, which is good, and you're going to break off your concrete. Now, if you're going to do a floor, say you're putting in that second shower, you probably use a point first. The reason for the point is to break a hole through the floor. So you'll break a hole, move it around, and break a hole through the floor. And then once you got a hole through the floor, you'll change and go to a chisel. And you probably stay maybe a couple inches away from the edge and keep breaking it off into the direction you want to go. Now, if you're putting in a second bathroom, there's really no need to do any sawing. It's very dusty, and yes, you have a nice straight edge, but think about who's going to see that edge. It's going to be covered over with tile or something, certainly in a bathroom, and nobody's going to see it. Nice jagged edge is good for your concrete when you fill in your spot where your pipes are to hold on to and to trowel with. So a broken edge with the breaker is ideal. So, and don't try to take off too much at a time, especially if you're doing a big slab or anything outside. You can get back 6 inches or so. You might be in thick concrete and you just keep going down. You get these stuck. So if you get a chisel stuck down in the concrete, or maybe it's wedged between a piece of rebar, and in fact, you'll know if you're hitting rebar because the hammer will just kind of bounce and won't be penetrating the concrete. You can unlock the chuck on the end, lift the hammer off, put another chisel in, and chip around that chisel to get it out. So now, just to give you an idea here as well, on these chucks on the bottom, there's two types of collars or locking on. This is a self-sharpening chisel. A little bit different style, but it only doesn't have a collar like this other one here. And unlike some of the bigger hammers, of course, these ones here you just put in and put down there, and that stops the chisel from coming out. That's the purpose of the collar. Now, if you get one of these chisels, they're a little shorter, sometimes a little easier to handle because they are shorter. The way they're held in is you pull the hammer around on the other side. You pull this up, and there's a cam in there on one side, and you'll find it'll go in one way, but not the other way. Okay? So just pull it very close to the chisel, and you'll see it'll go right in. It'll slide right in. There's actually a piece of metal on there on a cam, and it's pulled in when you pull this collar out. So when you get it nice and close to the chisel here, it'll slide in, and then you can take and pull this collar all the way around to this side and flip it right over. Okay, and that's the way it's locked in. Then it won't come out when this is all the way around. Now, let's see if I can get that locked in for you like that. Now it doesn't come out. Okay, so that's the way you use the ones that don't have the collar on them, to lock them in, and that allows you to get right down to this depth here as well. Okay, so to release it, just pull it right down to the chisel, and it falls right out. But you want to make sure you have them locked in, otherwise when you're moving the hammer around, the chisels are just going to fall out. So I've seen people try to do a job by not locking chisels in. It's pretty frustrating. Okay, so that's the way they lock in. Take your time. Don't try to do too much too quickly. If you're doing big thick pieces of concrete, don't expect it to be broken away quickly. It could be hard, it could be old. The older the concrete, the harder it is. And you can't send a small hammer to do a big job. So tailor your concrete breaking equipment to the job you're doing. And that's it, then don't forget to subscribe.